So you have a private account or something? Are you a fan of Pinterest? You got Pinterest, don't you?
No, no, I don't. I don't have Pinterest.
Oh, wow.
Street Stocks coming to you. Street Stocks coming to you. 2 Street Stock heat races finna come to you. And the Rocket Man, Richie Stevens, is in Heat 1.
Heat races coming up for the Street Stock division. There will be 2 heat laps, 2 10-lap heat races coming up. And then we'll have our Junior Hot Shot 6-lap heat race to close out the night. Michael Patton, we will have some extra entertainment for you. We'll have details on that, again, coming up here throughout the evening as we wrap it up. And then, before we close out the night, we will give full details on the schedule, the classes, all that's running for tomorrow morning and afternoon, Michael Patton.
All right, this is the way they're lined up for Heat 1. On the inside of row 1 is going to be the 23M, Garrett McDonald. Right beside him is going to be the 133, Kyle Livingood.
Row number 2 to the inside, 37C. Keep an eye on this cat. He's a bad boy. Cameron Metz. He'll start third. To his outside, it's going to be Toby Lee Reeves. He's in the 33. He'll fire off fourth.
All right. And the third row, the Wild Child in the 7-car, Leon Childs. And the Love Stuff Jr., Jason Harrison in the 69H.
And there you go. And final starter, it's Rocket Man, car 69, Richie Stevens. He'll start 5th.
There's a lot of heavy hitters out here.
And some of the cars are topless. Reason why, lovestuff.com putting up some bonus money. We'll have more details on what lovestuff.com is throughout the weekend, Michael Patton. But we're going green.
Green flags in the air. We're underway.
If you'd like to try to spice up your love life at nighttime, go to lovestuff.com.
Kyle Livingood,
there we go.
All the way up on the cushion.
3 wide, 4 wide.
We're almost 4 wide. Kyle Livingood in the 133. He won't last for that long. He won't take that very long. Here
and there's
comes
contact, and the leader spins, and they go. Both cars into the outside wall. He gets into Livingood. He got into the other car as they exited turn 4. And we got a caution out, Michael Patton, and they are saying we completed a lap, so they're going to go to the tail.
Kyle Livingood in at 133. Interviewed him back in 2016. He finished 3rd in the National 100.
Cameron Metz in 37C. Kyle Livingood in car number 133.
In this same race.
And they were both, one was topless, one was not.
Yeah.
You want to tell everybody what Love Stuff is, or do you want me to do it?
Yeah, Love Stuff is just an adult store. That's all we're going to say about that, because we got kids around. We got kids listening on Facebook. That's all it is. Hey, there's the Lover Boy, folks. Bubba Gorman in the AG right there.
We speak of Love Stuff, and there's the Lover Boy, as you call him.
That's what I call him. But I'll tell you what, he's got one cute little baby. And
but thank you again to lovestuff.com. They have got locations all over the Southeast, but they put up money for the top 3 topless finishers in the race, Michael Patton. $1,000 total, $300, $200, and no, I'm sorry, $500, $300, and $200. $1,000, $500, $300, and $200 for the top 3 highest finishers for the feature tomorrow night. And there's your Love Stuff cars. Got 2 69s.
Yeah, Jason Harrison and one out of Montgomery, Alabama.
And Rocket Man, Richie Stevens. Yes.
So, yeah, Rocket Man, Richie Stevens went over to Why Not, over to
and won, yes.
Stock National.
He sure did. So. Man, I think he beat out like 140 of the best in the nation.
Looks like we're going to a complete restart because Kyle Livingood is back on the front row again.
We are. And they're 3 wide again on the start.
Kyle Livingood in the 133 takes him over in the 1.
Garrett McDonald, he's in the middle, and he spins again. And we got another one going off the racetrack. Is that Richie Stevens, Michael?
Let me see. I can tell you in just a minute when he comes around.
We lost one of the Love Stuff cars. He got stuffed in turn 1. I
can tell you real quick. You got 2 69s the same.
Right. Is that Richie Stevens, or is that that's Jason Harrison?
That's Jason Harrison.
So Richie Stevens is the one that spun. Wow. And normally, Michael Patton, that does not happen to the Rocket Man.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you the difference in the 69 cars. You can look at the rims. The rims on the car are totally different from one 69 to the other car. One is a silver car and the other one's a red. So
Oh, comments on social media, you gotta love them. Shout out to Dane Miller. He's in Fort Wayne, Indiana, running a 24-hour banger race tonight, Michael Patton. That's why he's not being our security this year.
Thank God.
And he says, I need Love Stuff for a sponsor, driving a Vibe car. Yeah. And Bobby Rose says, Wesley, you need to be the voice for Love Stuff.
He needs 50 pounds is what he needs. That's all he needs. That's all Dane Miller needs is 50 pounds.
50 pounds!
That's all he needs.
Oh, wow. We're going to do it again here, the restart. Hey, this is the one-year anniversary of that hashtag. It happened right here at the state race last year. It did.
All right, we'll get them
lined back up. We had T-shirts made and everything.
We'll get lined back up and ready to go. No, excuse me. I think that was Jason Harrison. I think that's Richie Stevens in that car.
Well, who was it? Somebody cue up the who.
We'll find out who. Yeah. Once again, thank you, everybody, for being here with us, and thank you for joining us via Audiocast on Facebook Live. We appreciate you being here with us.
Shout out to all of our listeners. Give us a shout out real quickly. Let us know where you're tuning in from, if you want to, where you're listening. I know we got Dane Miller in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Bobby Robes is in Beckley, West Virginia.
All right, getting our line back up and ready to go.
And no laps are complete yet still. We still got a big, fat goose egg on the board. 0 laps in of 10.
And we still got Heat 2 sitting in the wings.
That's right. And we need the junior hot shots.
Yeah. Kyle Livingood, I interviewed him. I'll tell you a comment he made down in the interview, and it was pretty funny. And I'll tell you about it here in a little while. But he was there. Here we go. Green flags in air. We're back underway.
Back underway. Here we go. Let's see how it goes. We got three topless cars and 2 roof cars. They dive up the racetrack, shooting up into 1 and 2.
Kyle Livingood all the way up on the cushion. That time into 133. Goes to the lead. Maybe we can complete one. We're going to cross our fingers here.
To the outside lane comes Livingood. He'll lead across the line. Lap 1. Topless street stock out in front.
That was Jason Harrison that went off a minute ago. That was not Richie Stevens.
Awesome.
So
back straightaway. The field stays single file now. Into turn number 3, and here comes the Love Stuff 69 of Rocket Man Richie Stevens. He is whipping it up. He's coming up stealth mode to the back straightaway. Back into turn 1 now. Livingood goes up the racetrack. Here comes McDonald on the bottom. He'll carry down Leon Childs for 3rd. Here comes Stevens. He'll reel him in. They're single file up the outside into turn 4.
I'm telling you, these top 4 are heavy hitters. I'm telling you, Kyle Livingood in the 133. Right there behind him, Garrett McDonald and Leon Childs, the Wild Child, and the Rocket Man Richie Stevens. Rocket Man Richie Stevens trying to look to the inside of Leon Childs down into 2. Down the back straightaway, falls back in line right behind the Wild Child.
Back straightaway, they dive into 3. Here comes Stevens on the bottom. He'll take Childs with him up the racetrack. They'll go and cut off their room. To the outside goes Childs. Love Stuff machine of Stevens back to the inside. He'll now power back to the bottom of driver left. Driver right now to the outside. It's going to be the machine of Reeves. He's now slung like a rag doll. Childs will capitalize it. He'll power to the bottom for 2nd and 3.
Childs up to the inside of Gary McDonald to take over that 2nd spot from the 23. We're halfway this time by. Free leader, Kyle Livingood into 133.
Back for that 2nd spot again. Childs will power away. Here comes the battle for 3rd. Richie Stevens now makes short pickings of the machine of McDonald. He'll now carry McDonald to the bottom of the racetrack. Stevens will follow as well. He'll try to make something move on the bottom to get Childs for 2nd. While that goes on, Livingood opens up 5 car lengths over Childs and Stevens off of turn number 2.
Kyle Livingood, your leader down the back straightaway. The Wild Child, Leon Childs in the 7th car, followed by the Rocket Man Richie Stevens. Gary McDonald drops back to the 4th. And rounded at 33, Toby Joe Reeves.
Cross the line, laps are winding down in heat number 1 for the Love Stuff Street Stocks here at East Alabama for the 46th running of the Alabama State Championship race weekend. Back straightaway, Livingood with a little sheet metal damage on the driver left side of his car. Nothing like the damage I had from my car wreck earlier today.
Oh, yeah.
He sits to the bottom. He leads the way. Livingood, Childs, and now the machine of Stevens. 1, 2, and 3. Bottom of the racetrack as they go for 2nd off 2.
I'll tell you what, just looking at the 133, Kyle Livingood, he's going on this high cushion around his 3. It's High Bank Oval here at East Alabama Speedway. Looks like he's taking that 133 anywhere he wants it to go. The car working real good tonight for Kyle Livingood, and followed by Leon Childs.
Michael, we got the white flag out. We got a 3-car battle for the lead. Here we go! into turn number 1 and 2. Stevens to the inside. Childs to the inside of the machine of Living Good. They'll try to go 3 wide. Now they'll fan back out 3 wide off of 4. Michael, who's going to win it?
Who's going to be in the line? Is it going to be Charles? Is it going to be Living Good? Looks like
photo finish!
It's going to be Charles, looks like, or Living Good.
A photo finish!
Kyle Living Good. It's showing Kyle Living Good, your winner.
Ladies and gentlemen, the margin of victory, 19 thousandths of a second.
Hey, folks, how about giving them guys a round of applause out there? One heck of a race right there. Kyle Living Good, your winner. And the 133, just over 19 thousandths of a second.
19 thousandths of a second, the interval between Living Good and Childs at the line. I thought Childs got him, but Living Good made it work on the outside of the racetrack.
Yeah, so we're getting ready.
Wow, pretty good heat race right there.
Well, what I was saying about Kyle Living Good, I interviewed him down in 2016.
Okay.
My buddy Steve Pate come from Heflin, Alabama.
The 5 car, right?
Yeah, the 7. He come raced in a Consi, got all the way, started in the rear of the field, come all the way to win the 3,000 street stock for the National 100 in 2016.
Right.
Well, when I went to interview Kyle Living Good, he said he looked up here at the stands at everybody, and he said, I don't know if that was a good race from where I was sitting. If the fans at the stands that get their money's worth, I don't know what to tell them.
That's right.
That's exactly what he said. And Kyle Living Good is one heck of a guy, good driver. Congratulations to Kyle Living Good, Leon Childs, the Wild Child, and the Rocket Man Richie Stevens.
What a race. 19 thousandths of a second at the checkered flag. Let's give you your unofficial results. They got to go through technical inspection. Kyle Living Good is your winner in the 133. Wild Child, Leon Childs by 19 thousandths short. In the car 7, he'll finish second. Rocket Man Richie Stevens from the tail end of the field will finish third. Garrett McDonald will go fourth. And then it's Toby Joe Reeves, the top 5. Cameron Metz and Jason Harrison is your rundown in heat race number 1 for the street stocks. Attention pit side, we need Junior Hot Shots to get lined up. You are next. Junior Hot Shots, you are next. And don't forget about the post-race entertainment coming up after everything concludes tonight. And that's again presented by the fine folks at A1Roofman.com. Post-race entertainment. Got concert and special music. Southern country and rock coming up once the checkers fall. And be on the lookout for a dressed-up man in the name of Michael Patton roaring around the track on a four-wheeler as well.
In the famous words of my buddy Rick Eshman, calls me out every time we go somewhere, The Undertaker.
The Undertaker.
So. All right, we're getting ready to go.
Let's give him a lineup for heat number 2 on the pole. 69J, Jared Harrison to his outside, Robbie Metz in 37.
Ricky Gilmore, also Chris Lovett.
And then it's going to be Howie Reeves and Al Walker. There's your lineup, Michael. We're green in heat number 2. Love Stuff 69 dives at turn 1.
That's Jared Harris. That's Jason Harris's.
He's got a problem.
Way up high. Howie Reeves in that 68 car coming into the outside. Coming all the way from the rear on that third row. Moving into that 4th spot right behind Jared Harrison. Trying to get around him.
They'll cross the line. We're working now lap number 1. Out in front, it's going to be Robbie Metz. He'll lead the charge. Great battle going on with cars door to door for the back spots as they hit the back straightaway. In the tail, Howie Reeves, Ricky Gilmore, Al Walker. That battle goes on. There's contact. Both cars slamming. Bam. Thank you, ma'am. It gets turned. The sideways goes to 69 of Harrison. That started in turn number 3, ended in turn 4, and we're still green flag, Michael Patton. Still no caution.
Under cars. And the 64s went off the track over there, Ricky Gilmore. And we're back still under green.
No caution. 2 cautions on the racetrack. It started in 3 and 4. Chaos cars spinning. Getting in 360s like going through laundry machines and still coming through the spin cycle dry as they go to the back straightaway. It's Robbie Metz leading the chaos over Chris Lovett. They're battling and pulled away from the field in turn number 4.
Yeah, Robbie Metz in the 37 car is your leader. Followed by the 38L, Chris Lovett. Howie Reeves in that third
we got
spot.
a problem. Back straightaway.
64 car going off the track. That's Ricky Gilmore.
He's trying to turn driver right up the hill, up the return road. He will do so. We'll stay green, and we're coming to halfway, Michael, this time by.
Yeah, halfway this time by. Robbie Metz, your leader. Chris Lovett. Howie Reeves, Al Walker. Howie Reeves usually runs down at Southern Raceway and Florenton Speedway down there and Northwest Florida. And his son was in the earlier race, Toby Joe Reeves. A brand new car for Toby Joe.
And we got a caution. We got a caution. Trouble up in turn number 1.